Hey Virgo, welcome to the Hermit's House. I hope everybody is doing really well. If you would be interested, book a reading with me over at rubyreadstarot.com. Let's start with a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let it all go, Virgo. July kicks off, end of June. Saturn going into retrograde in the sign of Pisces. Now, for a lot of us, I guess we can translate that as when the cat's away, the mice will play. There's a lot of opportunity with you for this particular retrograde to be a little bit naughty. And Virgo, I love it when you're naughty because it's not so often you let yourself just play. And things are always so serious and it's always so intense. But in this particular retrograde, Virgo, especially with Saturn, ruler of responsibility and being sensible and getting things done on time, I really don't think you're going to give a shit for any of the serious, overly processed, irrelevant, finicky details anymore. The other thing I have to say, if you can hear me, fantastic. If you can't, the message is not for you, so, and that's totally okay also. But let's move on to this Neptune retrograde that takes place on the 2nd of July. Now, one of the greatest things about Neptune being retrograde is that you finally get to see something or things as clear as day. You get to see things in a new light. You get to see things for what they actually are. You get to really look at the truth of situations without even an ounce of deluding yourself or being delusional about it. As of the 11th, Venus, finance and your looks and romance goes into the sign of Leo. This really fuels you with a lot of, I think, very necessary attention to the detail that you need within yourself. I feel like you are going to be giving yourself very much that me first attention. And I think by the time Mars on the 20th enters the sign of Gemini, and then we've got the second Capricorn full moon, I think you're going to be really ready to move forward with all of the things that you know that you may have needed to do, but perhaps were being held back because there was a lot of projections that were made onto you that may have made you feel like you couldn't accomplish certain things or you couldn't do certain things. I feel like now there is this liberation almost, Virgo, and if I was you, I would really take the time to see what you need to have done to make sure you're okay. And I think organization is one of your strong suits. So by the time on the 22nd, where the sun enters the sign of Leo, and we're edging closer to your season and the sun being in your sign, I think what you will find here is that there is this opportunity for you to get organized as well as be as pragmatic as possible, where it comes to you really using your energy in such a way that there just isn't any left for siphoning. The first card that came out was the 5 of Wands. And I think, Virgo, you're going to have to pay really close attention to the juvenile delinquency that may be imposed on you, which can be completely avoided by other people's lack of awareness of how to better use their energy. Listen, Virgo, I'm going to be really honest with you. You don't really have the capacity, and especially with this astrology, you don't have the need to allow your attention to be diverted in places that are not necessarily going to be conducive to you putting yourself on a pedestal so that you are confident enough in your abilities to be able to fully conceptualize and embody them. Ace of Cups. Cancer season has a gift for you, and it looks like a really content heart. And I think, Virgo, amidst the chaos that you may have been thrown into, I think now there's a reward that's available to you that comes in the shape of like some solid, real, heart-filling love. I think you can say goodbye to the conflict and those that created conflict in your life once and for all, Virgo, because I feel like this is going to be replaced with such a heart-filling new phase in your life, that I do think that if you are to focus on making sure that the contents of that vessel, being your heart, your soul, and your emotions, nothing is in there that is a Four of Cups. Kind of like, don't allow yourself to get bored. You have a lot of emotional work that needs doing. The Chariot. I love that this has come up in this season for you, because this is the ultimate, like, let's take the emotional initiative now. And the Ace of Wands, that let's drive this home. Virgo, it's so obvious that I feel like the conflict that you may have been part of, or conflict that you may have been pulled into, I feel like there's such an end to that. And there's such an emotional gift, an emotional initiative that is being presented forward to you now. There is no time for you to be bored, because there's a lot of emotional work that needs doing from any triggers that may have been like imposed on you by other people's actions. Now is the time to heal all of that. Now is the time to take your energy back, to pull it back from where there may have been conflict presented towards you, and see what you can do now to take each one of those things that meant the energy and attention was pulled out of you, focusing on you, and being brought into like the 3D and the external. This is now absolutely the time where you take the emotional charge, you grab life by the reins, you go right in between the fray of life, go with the good and the bad, take this decision to take initiative where you know 10 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, and the Tower card. I love this. Look at that. Where you know that all of those towers that were sent to destroy you were literally just a redirection. And they've ultimately just put you back on the throne and led you directly to exactly what you wanted. Don't you just love how karma works? Virgo, there is a really happy, content, family-oriented conclusion to Cancer season and the month of July, which ultimately puts you back in your regal, prestigious place. And I think this has everything to do with the King of Cups. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces could just be Cancer season. I feel like, Virgo, there may have been certain towers, certain phases in life, and I do feel really confident in saying now that the cardinality, the emotional cardinality of this season really, really is you clearing the rubble from any towers that may have been presented to you, that were really just designed to get you to break away from things that realistically, I'm not going to take these because they jumped out in a wad, that realistically were just not the right fit, you know? And so here is this opportunity for you to sit quite regally this summer in this really happy, content family situation with a lot of emotional contentment, and absolutely has everything to do with the full moon, this sandwich of these two Capricorn full moons. It has everything to do with this. There's a lot of healing that you will be doing in this time in particular that I think, Virgo, is ultimately leading to a lot of emotional contentment, a big emotional win, and the loving support of family. I think a lot of you are going to be starting your own families. Okay, I'm going to take those just because of the way that they jump around. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. I love where July is going for you, Virgo. It's leading you in this direction of sheer fortune, right? It's good. And I say that because, look, you've got the Page of Wands, the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. I feel like there is a lot of help that is being directed towards you, and it comes in the form of like opportunities, and it comes in the form of invitations. Virgo, right now you are being asked to step back in your power, get back into your magics, really begin to understand who you are now at this brand new juncture, having had to pass this certain test. Things are beginning to change in your fortune. Like, you're beginning to get a lot more luckier, and there's a lot more emotional contentment available to you after a period of like this Tower moment where you may have been struggling to find yourself just because of the noise of the conflict and other people's projections, and you just sheerly not understanding your own power. There is something fiercely independent about this queen, but there is something so interdependent. She is absolutely that fertility that surrounds her. She is absolutely every single ounce of her weight in gold. You know what I mean? Like, there is so much inherent value that needs to be tapped into so that the abundance can be unleashed and unlocked. Okay, this is a really, really big, powerful month for Virgo. And it is about stepping into your good fortune by opening up your heart space, like really calling in a happy family vibration, and translating any towers, transmuting any towers into your own strength and power, and bringing this positivity of creative thoughts into manifestation here in your surroundings. And for a lot of you, that is massive financial blessings, that is big money, that is like tapping into the vastness that is you. Like, you are made of the same things as stars are made of. Like, tap into it. There is absolutely no time to be bored, because there is so much emotionally that is now needing to be addressed and looked at. I think, guys, that's all I have for you right now. There's a lot of help, a lot of support, a lot of opportunity for you to really take the emotional cardinal decision to bring the value back to yourself, and the things that you want are manifesting. This is such a fortunate time for you guys. Hit the thumbs up button. All donations to the channel are so greatly appreciated. Book a reading, rubyreadstarot.com. Leave me a comment, let me know how you're doing. I hope you enjoyed it here with me today. All right, guys.